Have you ever tried too hard in a conversation and felt it die anyway? You talk more, you explain more, you try to be interesting, and somehow it feels lighter, thinner. Then someone else walks in. They say less, but everyone leans in. I've noticed this for years. Presence beats performance. In this video, I'll share 6 forbidden phrases that quietly attract anyone. The 4th one is the most misunderstood. Most people think it pushes others away. It actually pulls them closer. If you keep performing, people will never truly connect with you. But when you speak from curiosity, honesty, empathy, silence, appreciation, and boundaries, you become magnetic without trying. Let me show you how. There is something disarming about these 3 words. I don't know.
It's honest, and that
most people are afraid to say them. They think uncertainty lowers their value. So they guess, they pretend, they perform confidence. But I've noticed something powerful. When you calmly say, I don't know, people relax. If you keep pretending to know everything, people will feel the tension, even if they can't explain it. Socrates built his entire philosophy on this. True wisdom begins with admitting what you do not know. When you say it without shame, you signal honesty, you signal strength, and suddenly, you become safe to talk to. People start opening up, but the real shift happens when you master something even deeper than honesty. Most conversations die because people wait for their turn to speak. They don't listen, they reload. I used to do this too, thinking attraction came from saying impressive things. But here's what I've noticed. When you look at someone and say, tell me more, something shifts. If you keep talking about yourself, people may smile, but they won't feel seen. And without feeling seen, they never feel connected. The Stoics valued attention. To truly listen is to respect another person's inner world. When you say, tell me more, slowly, sincerely, you create space, and space feels rare. People start leaning in. They begin revealing deeper layers. You become associated with relief. But attraction deepens even further when you add something most people avoid entirely. Most arguments don't start because people disagree. They start because people feel dismissed. I've noticed this again and again. Someone shares an opinion, and instead of understanding, we correct, we counter, we compete. But when you pause and say, that makes sense, walls drop. If you keep trying to win every conversation, people may respect your logic, but they will never feel close to you. The Stoics taught emotional discipline. You don't have to agree with everything, but you can acknowledge perspective. When you say, that makes sense, you validate emotion without surrendering your ground. And suddenly, you become someone safe to disagree with. But the real magnetic shift happens with the most misunderstood move of all. Yes, the 4th phrase is silence. Most people panic here. They rush to fill the gap. They think silence means awkward. I used to think that too. But I've learned something powerful. When you stay quiet after someone speaks, you give their words weight. If you keep filling every pause, people will never feel the depth of what they just said, and they will never feel your depth either. The Stoics practiced restraint. Speech was intentional. Silence was strength. When you hold eye contact and let a few seconds pass, people start reflecting. They elaborate. They lean in. You become grounded, centered, and presence becomes undeniable. But attraction grows even stronger when you express something even rarer. Most people crave recognition more than advice. They want to feel valued. But appreciation is rare. Real appreciation. Not flattery, not exaggeration. I've noticed something simple. When you look at someone and say, "I appreciate that," their posture changes. If you only criticize or stay neutral, people may respect you, but they won't feel warmth toward you. And without warmth, attraction stays shallow. The Stoics believed in gratitude as strength. To recognize virtue in others sharpens your own character. When you express appreciation calmly, specifically, you signal emotional maturity. You signal abundance. People start associating you with affirmation, not pressure. And yet, true magnetism requires one final boundary most are afraid to set. This is the one people fear the most, because they think boundaries repel. I used to avoid saying this. I didn't want to seem difficult, so I tolerated things I shouldn't have. But here's what I learned. When you calmly say, "I'm not comfortable with that," respect shifts instantly. If you keep saying yes to avoid tension, people may enjoy your company, but they won't value your presence. And without value, attraction fades. The Stoics taught self-governance. You control your responses. You protect your character. A boundary delivered without anger is powerful. It says, "I respect myself." And when you respect yourself, people start adjusting around you. Not because you demand it, but because you embody it. Now let me bring this all together. Let me bring this together.
I'm so glad to be here today.
These 6 phrases are not
It's a
tricks.
beautiful
They're
day
character
to share
signals.
some great
I don't know.
news.
Honesty. Tell me more.
What a beautiful
Curiosity.
day.
That makes sense.
The energy
Empathy.
here is incredible.
Silence. Presence. I appreciate that. Gratitude. I'm not comfortable with that. Boundaries. Most people try to add more to be attractive. More words, more energy, more performance. But here's the paradox. When you subtract what's unnecessary, people finally notice who you are. If you keep performing, connection stays shallow. But when you embody these traits, people start feeling calm around you. And calm is magnetic. Try one of these phrases in the next 24 hours. Comment which one you'll practice. And if this helped you, like and subscribe to Stoic tomorrow.